Hi Bob, hi Peter.
Hi.
First of all, Bob, can you give me a brief history on the SR Healey, please?
Yes, the SR Healey was originally built in 1968 for racing at Le Mans, and it had a 2-litre Coventry Climax engine. It raced again in 1969, but the chassis had been modified, and then in 1970 the top had been cut off and it was raced as an open car. The car we've got here today is actually a reproduction of the original car. It's a reconstruction, as we call it these days. And it was built as an idea to demonstrate what the car looked like. And this car has a Rover V8 engine with a Renault gearbox and has actually been to Le Mans. It's been around the circuit at Le Mans, and it's been driven by the original driver, Clyde Baker, who drove it in 1968.
And you also have a car of your car on this stand as well.
I do indeed.
The white one over here.
The white Mark IV Sprite, which was a car that was bought by the family in 1982 and owned by my father for many years, who had been using my frog eye until I took it away from home, and my mother very quickly decided that he ought to have his own, so that's what we have. The car was rebuilt in 2000, well, started to be rebuilt in 2000, but various things happened and it took 10 years to rebuild it. But it's now back on the road and running as an original car, except for the shell, which has been replaced.
And you have a frog eye as well?
I have a frog eye as well, which I bought in 1972 for £10. Trouble was, it was only worth £5. A lot of work and 3 rebuilds later, and I've still got it. And that car's been all around Europe, and we've done who knows how many miles with it. Fabulous car.
And Peter, you've got your car on here as well, the Healey 3000?
Yes, Mark III.
And how long have you had that?
I've had it 25 years. My company moved me from central Birmingham to Warwick, gave me a company car, and I've always fancied Dodson Healeys. And I bought that one just after I moved to Warwick. And I've been retired 15 years, been there 10 years, so it was 24 years ago, and I bought it. Always have a company in Manchester, South Manchester, who gave me back a rolling shell because I respected my neighbours, metal bashing, and they gave me back the rolling shell, and then I took it from there. But then it took me 5 years, because work interfered, to put it on the road.
So how many miles would you say you did in a year in it?
Well, it depends. We've been on continents, so we do about 3,000 miles. But if we don't drive on the continent, we'd probably do 1,000 miles a year, going to various shows and various rallies and various days and various weekends. Yes, it's been super.
What about you, Bob? How many miles do you do?
Well, we have the 2 cars. They're both insured for 3,000 miles a year, and we get pretty close to both of them. They get used quite a lot.
So,
because my wife prefers the Mark IV Sprite because it's far more comfortable, and I prefer the Mark I. So on the boys' day out, I take the frog eye, and on the group runs, we take the Mark IV.
So what about this the show itself? Is it very good for the club? Do you get a lot of interest?
My observations today are that we've had a lot of interest from people who are actually hands-on with these cars. These days there are far fewer people that actually have hands-on with the cars. More people own them but have people to look after them. But I think it's been quite a good show today so far.
So what is the next show you'll be doing?
But the next show will be the classic show in November.
That's here again, isn't it?
Here again, yes. We'll have probably 3 or 4 cars on show. I know this is the restoration show, and I know I've been doing the rear bumper, but I mean, probably if we come next year, then we'll probably get a restoration car, actually a barn find or something that needs a bit of work on.
I have 2 barn finds, but they're not really finds. I've had them. Oh, well, one I've had 35 years, and the other one I've had about 10.
So anyway, it's very good of you both to talk to me, and I hope both Healeys keep on running well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Sure they
Thank
will.
you. Yes.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.